Good day, students. Welcome to JSS 2 English Language, Term 3, Week 3. The Comprehension and Summary section is one of the most important parts of the English language examination at BECE, WAEC, and NECO levels. It carries significant marks and tests whether you can read, understand, interpret, and communicate information effectively. Many students lose marks here not because they cannot read, but because they do not know the techniques for answering comprehension questions and writing summaries correctly. Today we will master those techniques. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to approach comprehension passages strategically, answer factual, vocabulary, and inference questions accurately, write a concise and well-organized summary, and avoid the most common comprehension and summary examination errors. Let us read, understand, and summarize with precision. Comprehension means understanding what you read. In an examination, a comprehension exercise presents you with a passage followed by questions that test different levels of understanding. There are 4 levels of comprehension questions. Literal questions, the answer is directly stated in the passage. You find it and copy it, paraphrasing, not word for word. Vocabulary questions, you are asked the meaning of a word as it is used in the passage. Inferential questions, the answer is not directly stated, you must read between the lines, using clues in the passage and your own knowledge to work out the meaning. Critical or evaluative questions, you are asked to give your own assessment or respond to the writer's argument. Summary writing is different from answering comprehension questions. In a summary, you are asked to select specific information from the passage and present it in your own words, in a condensed form. The examiners are testing your ability to identify relevant information, your ability to rephrase without distorting meaning, your ability to write concisely and accurately, your ability to organize information logically. Section 1. Strategy for answering comprehension questions. Step 1. Read the questions first. Before reading the passage, skim through all the questions. This tells you what information to look for when you read and helps you read purposefully rather than passively. Step 2. Read the passage once for understanding. Now read the passage at normal pace, actively making mental notes about the main idea, the writer's purpose, the tone, and any information that relates to the questions you just read. Do not underline yet. Step 3. Read the passage a second time, more carefully. On the second reading, underline or note the parts of the passage that answer each question. Number these sections according to the question numbers. Step 4. Answer in complete sentences. Always answer comprehension questions in complete sentences unless the instructions say otherwise. Begin your answer in a way that reflects the question. For example, question, why did the farmer refuse to sell his land? Answer, the farmer refused to sell his land because. Never begin with because or just with the bare information. Step 5. Use your own words as much as possible. Copying large sections directly from the passage loses marks. Paraphrase. Express the meaning in your own words while keeping the original idea. Section 2. Answering vocabulary questions. Vocabulary questions ask for the meaning of a word as it is used in the passage. This is important because many English words have multiple meanings, and the examiners want the contextual meaning, not just any dictionary definition. Strategy. Read the sentence containing the target word. Remove the word and think about what word would make sense in that context. Confirm by substituting your answer back into the sentence, it should make logical and grammatical sense. Provide the same word class. If the word is a verb, your answer must also be a verb. If a noun, a noun. Example, passage says, the teacher's words had a profound impact on the young student. Question, what does profound mean as used in the passage? You see that profound describes the impact. It is an adjective meaning very great, deep, or significant. Answer, profound means very deep or significant. Section 3. Answering inference questions. Inference questions require you to go beyond what is stated. They often include phrases like, what does the writer imply, what can we conclude from, what does the phrase suggest about the character? How does the writer feel about? Strategy: do not answer from your own knowledge or opinion, everything must be based on evidence in the passage. Identify the clue words or phrases in the passage that point to the implied meaning. State the inference clearly and link it back to the passage evidence. Example: passage: the minister arrived 3 hours late to the meeting but offered no explanation to the waiting delegation, who sat in silence. Inference question: what can you infer about the minister's attitude to the delegation? Answer: from the passage, we can infer that the minister did not respect the delegation. This is suggested by the fact that he kept them waiting for 3 hours without offering any explanation, which shows either disregard for their time or a lack of accountability. Section 4. Summary Writing Techniques. In a summary question, you are typically told which section of the passage to summarize, e.g., summarize the second and third paragraphs, what information to include, e.g., in your own words, state the causes of the problem as described in the passage, and how many words to use, e.g., your summary should not exceed 80 words. Summary Writing Procedure. Step 1. Identify the relevant paragraphs and read them carefully. Step 2. Identify the key points. Ask yourself, what is the central idea of each sentence? Number each key point. Step 3. Eliminate examples, repetition, quotations, anecdotes, descriptive details, elaborations. Keep only the core information requested. Step 4. Write your summary in prose form, continuous sentences, not as bullet points, unless instructed otherwise. Step 5. Write in your own words, paraphrase, do not copy phrases from the passage. Step 6. Begin your summary with the instruction, in summary, or directly with the first point. Do not write introductory sentences like this passage is about. Step 7. Count your words and stay within the word limit. Write the word count in brackets at the end, 72 words. Passage extract. The rapid expansion of the Internet in Nigeria has brought enormous benefits, including access to educational resources, business opportunities, and communication tools for millions of citizens. However, the same technology that empowers has also created new dangers. Cybercrime, online fraud, and the spread of misinformation have become significant problems. Young Nigerians, who form the largest group of Internet users, are particularly vulnerable to these risks if they lack proper digital literacy education. Question 1. Literal: what benefits has the Internet brought to Nigeria according to the passage? Answer: according to the passage, the Internet has brought benefits including access to educational resources, business opportunities, and communication tools for millions of Nigerian citizens. Question 2. Vocabulary: what does the word empower mean as used in the passage? Answer: as used in the passage, empower means to give people strength, ability, or greater opportunity to achieve things. Question 3. Inference: what does the writer imply about the solution to cybercrime risks among young Nigerians? Answer: the writer implies that proper digital literacy education is the solution. The passage states that young people are vulnerable to cybercrime risks if they lack proper digital literacy education, suggesting that providing this education would reduce their vulnerability. For comprehension and summary errors. Mistake 1. Copying sentences directly from the passage, always paraphrase. Examiners reward students who show they understood the text by expressing it differently. Mistake 2. Answering inference questions from personal opinion. Every inference must be supported by evidence from the passage, not from what you believe. Mistake 3. Exceeding the word limit in summary. If the instruction says 80 words, stay within 80 words. Write the word count at the end. Mistake 4. Writing the summary as bullet points when prose is required. Write incomplete, flowing sentences. Bullets lose marks unless the question asks for a list. Outstanding work. Comprehension and summary success requires technique, not just reading ability. Comprehension strategy: read questions first, read passage twice, answer incomplete sentences, paraphrase, use own words. For question types, literal, stated directly, vocabulary, contextual meaning, inferential, implied, use passage evidence, critical, your evaluation. Vocabulary questions, use context and word class to determine meaning. Inference questions, identify passage evidence, do not use personal opinion. Summary procedure, read relevant section, identify key points, eliminate examples and elaborations, write in prose, paraphrase, stay within word limit, state word count. For homework, practice the comprehension passage in your JSS 2 English textbook, answering all questions using the techniques learned today. Note the question type for each question before answering.